Vietnam, homeland to countless talented artisans and traditional crafts, including silk weaving. And the most outstanding one has always been Hadong silk weaving in Vạn Phuc village, located in Hadong city of Hatay province. Therefore, people said, "Come following me to Vạn Phuc, where your beauty shall be enhanced by silk clothing." From time immemorial, Hadong inhabitants have kept a saying which goes, 7 villages in La and 3 villages in Mo regions are involved in silk weaving. Situated roughly 10 kilometers from the Central Hanoi capital, Vạn Phuc silk weaving village has been known as one of the oldest producers of the most beautiful and sophisticated silk in our country. A legend relates that the founder of Vạn Phuc silk weaving village was originally a lady from Hangzhou in China who followed her husband to battle down in the south and then settled down in this village. She poured her entire twisting, her nostalgia onto silkworm raising and her loom. Silk weaving appeared and has since become a traditional craft of Vạn Phuc. The mentioned Vạn Phuc silk village is proud to be the origin of best silk and silk-making industry of Vietnam, which is attached to a long-lasting history for more than 2,000 years. Most visitors somehow have heard about the significant role of this kind of material in Vietnam, yet might wonder where the cradle of Viet silk is. Thus, we decided to have a reality trip to this place to have a deeper insight about this village and figure out how Vạn Phuc silk has been made to that cleverness. There was a journey of explorations as well as for us to look back on the old days and trace back to our roots with lots of excitement and emotions awaiting. It wasn't a long way to reach the village, but long enough for us to get super elated and for our curiosity to escalate. On stepping through the gate, we had the feeling of immersing ourselves into the atmosphere of peacefulness of the countryside, with the presence of Vạn Phuc Pagoda right next to the gate. Here, blocks of buildings are in close proximity to each other's, all purchasing silk, which set a strong impression on us.
Nắng Sài Gòn, anh đi mà chợt má, bởi vì em mặc áo lụa Hà Đông.
As we moved along the roads, we headed to the most prosperous place in this area, Vạn Phuc Silk Market. Although we've already heard a lot about this place, not until we come here did we truly feel the noisiness and wellness of this craft village. Back in the old days, silk was a high-class product, which has long been an universal byword of luxury, often worn by the richest, most powerful citizens. However, this fact has changed as the time passes by. Together with social development, silk and silk-made products have become much more popular and can attend to the masses. Families in Vạn Phuc open their own shops on the main road of this village, creating a town of silk that sells eye-catching and high-quality silk products. Besides the silk fair for the majority of customers, there are several luxurious shops that displays classic silk products for the upper class. To have a long look into different types of silk and the outstanding features, we made a visit to a shop not far away from the gate. It came as no surprise to us that busy shuttle sounds cover the whole village. Following this shuttle sound, we visited a famous manufacturing base called Triệu Văn Mão. There are various kinds of weaving machines that were running. By asking the silk makers, we found out a great deal of interesting information. Each of silk strip is 45 centimeters in width and 4 meters in length. To create a complete silk strip like this, it takes a weaver's 5 to 6 days, 8 hours for each. With a view to creating these sophisticated silk products, dedicated artisans put a lot of time and effort into their work. To complete a silk strip, weavers have to undergo numerous stages, including planting mulberry, raising silkworms, unwinding silk threads, and classifying silk threads. Because cocoons release silk threads in different lengths and sizes, it's necessary for them to sort out thoroughly. This stage is called silk thread winding. After that, silk threads are wound around vertical spools so as to eliminate defective threads with the aim of making beautiful and long-lasting silk. Then comes the stage in which glue is used to stick vertical silk threads together to increase durability. This process requires highly qualified artisans as well as secrets that have handed down from ancestors. Depending on each type of silk, such as tam silk, tơ tam silk, satin silk, vân silk, etc., different kinds of looms are used. Among all kinds of silk, vân silk is the most dedicated, and only Phuc village could weave this kind of silk. It is very difficult to create strands on vân silk. In creating different types of soft, shining, and light silk, silk has to be bleached and rinsed to eliminate impure substances. In dyeing process, not all types of silk are dyed with colors. Some of them are purely white or light yellow, such as cotton silk. Some are dyed right after it was threaded, like gum, Phuc silk, whereas ling te are dyed right after they are woven. However, the original color is always the best and hard to fade away, so that it is preferred by most of the customers. Phuc silk was once only used for national costumes and considered as the noble material for members of royal family under the Nguyen dynasty. Today, weavers don't have to weave by hands like they used to before, as they're now using automatic weaving looms that could be operated by electricity. This not only helps to increase productivity, but also helps the weavers to create a variety of designs and patterns. Silk strips after the complete process could be turned into clothing, accessories like bags, wallets, ties, sandals, and souvenirs, which differ each other in size and shape.
Vâng, thế chị đánh giá như nào về chất lượng và giá cả của sản phẩm ở đây?
Thực ra là chất lượng thì nói chung là mình là hơn ở bên ngoài cái chợ mà bán ấy. Tại vì cái chợ thì kiểu hàng tràn lan mình chẳng biết là như thế nào ấy. Mặc dù là nghe là kiểu là lụa nó không phải là do làm kiểu như lụa Trung Quốc ấy. Nhưng mà dù sao thì mình cũng nghĩ là lụa ở đây thì nó sẽ đảm bảo hơn là những cái chợ mà nó bán rong hay là như thế nào đấy.
Chị ơi, nhưng mà em thấy ngoài thị trường bây giờ thì có rất nhiều loại sản phẩm như quần áo mẫu mã khác nhau đẹp đấy ạ, và không đa dạng ạ. Vậy nhưng mà lụa thì chỉ có một vài cái mẫu nói chung là quá quen thuộc đấy ạ. Tại sao chị lại không muốn đổi phong cách đi mà cái kiểu mặc theo kiểu truyền thống như thế này ạ?
Mình nghĩ là kiểu như là mùa hè ấy, thì quan trọng nhất là nó cái kiểu là chất liệu phải mát ấy. Đấy. Còn thì cái khác thì nghĩ là mẫu mã đẹp nhưng mà nóng thì rất là khó chịu ấy. Nhưng mà kiểu đi cùng cái sản phẩm lụa.
Dạ vâng ạ. Chị thấy so với giá cả thì những cái sản phẩm ở đây thì có phù hợp không ạ, hay là mắc hơn hay là đắt hơn ạ?
Mình thấy giá cả tương đối ổn mà.
Dạ
là cũng mua được.
Dạ vâng.
Mua được.
Dạ vâng. Em chị ạ. Có hay dùng sản phẩm của Phuc.
Độ này là cô đi mua liên tục ạ.
Đấy ạ.
Cứ vài tháng 2 tháng lại xứng làm lần.
Dạ
Và
vâng ạ.
nét mới mình mua mặc nó đẹp.
Dạ vâng ạ.
Mà nó mát.
Dạ vâng ạ.
Mình tiêu thụ cho biết mình không mình không thích.
À thế ạ. Dạ vâng ạ.
Đấy.
Vâng vâng, thích cô đánh giá như nào về chất lượng với giá cả?
Cô thì cái cô chịu, cô thì thấy mát thôi.
Cô thấy mát.
Mát và nó mềm, nó mỏng và nó đẹp.
Dạ vâng. Tức là tiền
Còn
nào của phân học ạ.
còn mà vì chị đánh giá chất lượng thì cô không biết lắm đâu.
Vâng vâng. Thế về giá cả như nào?
Thế cũng cho cái đây cô mua 500 thì chẳng là bắt
Tức
được
là
gì.
dạ vâng thấy là kiểu chất lượng với giá cả là phù hợp.
Mình thích thì mình mua thôi. Còn bây giờ bảo đắt rẻ ví dụ như mình thích thì đắt mình cũng mua.
Artisan Wendy Tam, who works at one of two local masters of traditional techniques making the original type of Van Phuc silk, said, Van Phuc silk still retains its fine reputation. Van silk is a work of art because many of its steps are done manually. The silk is translucent and fine but doesn't wrinkle. A piece of silk cloth looks like a paper fan with thousands of tiny holes, but it's hard to tear. That's a special characteristic of Van Phuc silk that no other silk can match. Though passing by lots of ups and downs, during the recent years, the village craft has enjoyed a revival due to a surging demand for silk in both domestic and foreign markets. Van Phuc silk was the first introduced at the Marseille International Fair in 1931 and Paris in 1938. It was evaluated as the most sophisticated product of Indochina. Van Phuc silk is very popular in France, Thailand, and Indonesia. From 1938 to 1988, Van Phuc silk was exported to Eastern Europe countries. From 1990, it was exported to many countries in the world. Though the days when Vietnam silk were reserved for nobility are long gone, Van Phuc village still retains intact the traditional values. What would never change is the sense of romance and luxury imparted by silk, a luminous cloth type. We left the village by the end of the day, and all of us have bought ourselves a gift from the market. We couldn't be more satisfied with what we had experienced on that day. The trip to this craft village would be the most exciting trip that we could never forget. We all hold the hope for the better future of Van Phuc silk village and the amazing products of man and moth to be popular around the world. With 2,000 years of history behind, Van Phuc village still continues to flourish, and the silk weavers are still busy weaving dreams.